What's up, guys? Thanks so much for clicking on the video. My name is Leah, and baby, let's get into the drama of it all. So in this video, we just gonna be talking about Porsha and Simon. That is what we're gonna be talking about, is Miss Porsha Williams and Simon Guobadia, because they have been cutting up since Monday. Well, more so Simon has been cutting up since Monday, but let's get into it. All right, y'all. All I can say is Simon is messy. He is messy and he is petty, and he has no problem getting spicy with the people or his soon-to-be ex-wife. So on March the 11th, the Shade Room did one of their post and delete posts, and pretty much they caught a screen grab of Porsha. So Porsha put on her Instagram this. She said, "If you keep telling your lies, I will start speaking my truth." And then Simon was in the comments on the Shade Room saying this, "I can't wait," and 3 popcorn emojis. I said, oh, he petty. So then on March the 12th, which is Tuesday, one of my mutuals was like, "Girl, the streets is saying Simon got a new girl." I said, "Already? My gosh." And so I hit the hashtag RHOA, and I came across a Twitter user by the name of Anthony Bunchin, and he said this, or they said this: "Guess what, y'all? I got the real scoop. Well, it looks like Simon Guobadia's alleged girlfriend is a woman from Atlanta who runs a fitness brand, and her name is Jenelle Salazar. And then they did hashtag RHOA, hashtag Porsha Williams, hashtag Simon Guobadia. Now, I took this with a grain of salt because I was like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, where the proof at, other than it's gossip, it's hearsay and all of that stuff. So I kept scrolling down the hashtag of RHOA, and I came across a lady's page, and her name is Tamira Smith Media Baddie, and she had this caption. It says, "Ladies and gentlemen, you are now watching rich in INGGA pettiness at its finest. Please do not try this at home." And then she has hashtag trending, hashtag FYP, hashtag celebrity news, hashtag Simon Guobadia, hashtag Porsha Williams, hashtag Fallon Guobadia, hashtag I am Simon Guobadia, hashtag Real Housewives, hashtag Real Housewives of Atlanta. And with that caption, she posted a TikTok video, and it's a woman who is alleging that she worked with Simon and knows how Simon gets down. So I'm gonna play that video for y'all.
Once again, I'm not here to say I told you so, but I knew this was gonna get messy. Porsha and Simon, this is gonna get messy. I don't know if I said this before on my new page, but I used to work for Simon back in the day. He used to own a restaurant called Simon's right on 10th and Juniper. And when him and Fallon broke up, he would go on IG rants, go in people DMs, saying his piece. She would go live. Like, they're known for putting the tea all on the internet. And one thing about this man, he is petty. But the way he does petty, he do rich nigga petty. So he do shit like this: pull up with another baddie, give her the car, so give her the keys to all the cars, the Rolls Royces. Let her take pictures on the jets, in the private jets. Let her personal shop with Porsha's personal shopper. That's what rich niggas do when they want to be petty. This is gonna get good, and I'm gonna just leave it at that.
So you just heard, or you watched the video. The TikTok is by a TikTok user by the name of a girl from Harlem. So she pretty much is saying that she used to work with and for Simon, and the antics and the behavior that he's demonstrating is like what he always does, because he did that, or she's alleging that he did that when he broke up with Fallon, or when him and Fallon had their issues. Now, I don't know if she's referring to what we all saw when him and Fallon broke up, or maybe when they were together beforehand, because I think Simon and Fallon were only married for 2 years, but they had known and dated each other for 5. So I think maybe she's talking about what happened in that 5-year span. So then on March the 13th, Simon decided to post this to his Insta story. He said, "If you were behind Porsha filing for divorce, please step up and own her mental state of mind. Hashtag dumbass." And so people were confused by the hashtag. They were like, are you calling Porsha the dumb A? Or are you calling the person that, you know, like advised her to file for the divorce the dumb A? I think he's calling the person that advised her to file for divorce the dumb A, because maybe because when he says own her mental state of mind, maybe Simon feels like she's being erratic or she's being ill-tempered, because it's just kind of like, why are you putting out there that there might be something mentally wrong with her? Or maybe, I don't know, if Portia's back at home regretting her decision. Who truly knows? But you know, Simon did the same thing with Fallon, was questioning her mental state and who she was as a person. So him putting this post out here isn't very surprising to me. On that same day, the Bravo Shade Room posted 2 videos side by side. One was of Simon's IG story, and the other one was the lady that everyone's assuming that is Simon's new boo. The Instagram name is Guobadia by Jay, and the caption that the Bravo Shade Room uses: Simon and his alleged new boo sharing the same yacht view, hashtag RHOA. So I'm gonna play the video, but I'm not gonna play the audio because they're playing Porsha's song over on top of it, her Flatline song, the song she made after her and Cordell broke up, got a divorce, when Porsha thought she was going to be a singer. And legit, the view is the same. I think the only difference is it looks like it's like nighttime came a lot quicker on her time, and she just was videotaping at night. But you can't see Simon in the video. You see Simon in his video, but you can tell it's kind of like she's hiding like who she's with, because she's not really like, you know, she not on that yacht by herself. And I think the giveaway for me is that they had 2 jet skis. So I'm like, either you're there with somebody else or it's a lot more people around you if there's going to be 2 jet skis for all of y'all to hang out and have fun on. So that's all I got for Simon and Porsha. What I find interesting is like, I'm just wondering how this is all going to end. Like, are they going to get a divorce or an annulment, or are they going to like somehow find their way back to each other, and then they use this as a way that this whole situation built them and made them stronger, and then Portia's going to give us a story about how like the media scared her with the whole immigration stuff coming out and then the lawsuits, and she was trying to protect her and her baby and all of that stuff. I feel like it's either the divorce or they gonna find their way back to each other, because I just find it interesting that if you go on their pages, they still have pictures of each other up. I think Simon only has a picture of like their wedding pictures, but Porsha has a few pictures of her and him together, and she also still has her video of them in Dubai together. Like, I didn't expect her to delete the video of her saying, you know, when she confirmed that she was coming back, when she was like, oh, Porsha Williams coming back to Real Housewives of Atlanta, that's cat. But Porsha Guobadia, oh, there's like, you know, but let go, something like that, to that video. So I didn't expect her to let that video go because it got so many views, but like I expected her to delete certain video, like pictures and videos of him, and she hasn't. So that's why I'm like, are they gonna find their way back to each other? But if you want me to be really honest, I don't feel bad for Porsha. I don't feel bad for Simon. I honestly feel like this is the consequences of both people's actions finally coming back at them, because there's no way that you only dated that man for a month, then married him, had like 3 different ceremonies, and you didn't vet him. And I feel like the most damning piece of evidence for me that was like, I feel like Porsha knew what was going on, is in that legal documentation about his naturalization. They said that he was denied on they had I think a retrial hearing on November the 15th, and they got married on November the 25th. So 10 days before you got married, you knew that man got denied, because like I've told y'all, they do interviews with everybody to make sure that this is a real relationship. So she knew to a certain effect like what was going on. So I don't feel bad. And also the way that Simon moves, how quickly he has possibly moved on with this Jenelle lady, makes me feel like he was messing with Porsha when him and Fallon were still together. Now I know a lot of people are like, well, Fallon was messing with the help, Jalen did it. That doesn't matter to me. To me, all 4 people are slimy if there was what's a cross-contamination. Like, you're slimy to me. And there's no way y'all gonna get me to like feel bad for her for that. Because I know for a fact if you were in Fallon's shoes and Porsha did what she did, you would be screaming to the high heavens about how that lady bamboozled you out of your spot, or how she took your man, or how she did. So I'm not, like, I don't know. I feel like y'all just be wanting to give Porsha a pass because it's Porsha. And I'm not about to do that with y'all. I'm not doing it. So yeah, I'm just wondering what's going to happen. And I feel like what I do find interesting is I know a lot of people felt like, you know, shouts out to Rodney the Voice. He said in one of his videos that he felt like Porsha, and I'm summarizing what he said or paraphrasing. He said something to the effect that, I think he said, he was like, Portia's only coming back to Real Housewives of Atlanta because she like stacking her money so she can leave that man. And at first I was like, I don't know. But I think he was right. I just think the timeline is what's off for me. I think Porsha was coming back to Real Housewives of Atlanta to stack her money, but I think she was going to do it longer with Simon by her side. Like, I feel like she was going to milk, you know, being a housewife, being with this rich Nigerian man for at least 2 to like I know, like I keep saying 3 to 4 years. And then when year 3 or year 4 came around, then the storyline of like, oh, we need to get a divorce and blah, blah, blah. And I don't know if this is going to work. And like, you know, I don't know if our love is strong enough, but she would have had a lot more money in the bank because she would have been able to negotiate a better contract. Cause then she would have gave them like, oh, I'm returning as the prodigal son. You know, I got this man, I got my life, I got the fairy tale. And then now year 3 or 4, I got the divorce storyline and me going to therapy and all of this stuff, trying to figure out what I'm going to do. But I don't think she thought it was going to end this quickly. Because honestly, it really is the consequences of my actions coming back to like bite me in my you know what. Like they say, actions have consequences. But yeah, y'all, that's all I got. That is it. That is all. Remember to be bravely authentic. And definitely hop down in them comments below. Let me know how you feel about all of this Porsha and Simon mess. And honestly, what do you see happening? Do you think they're going to actually get a divorce? Or do you think they're going to get back together? But I'm out, y'all. Deuces.